What's up, everybody? We're just hours away from the Raising Kanan Season 4 finale. When the Raising Kanan social media accounts posted the Episode 10 trailer, the caption read that the Southside isn't going to be the same after this. That lets us know that the Season 4 finale could potentially be a game-changing episode that alters Southside Jamaica, Queens, forever. In Season 1, set in early 1991, the Thomas family was a very close unit who had weekly dinners together at Lamont's Diner. At that point, Unique was said to be the biggest dealer on the South Side. Snaps and Pop weren't even in the picture because they were retired. It is early 1993 as we approach the Season 4 finale, and a lot has changed in the past 2 years. The Thomas family is no longer as close as it used to be. They haven't had a family dinner together since Season 2. Both of Kanan's best friends are dead. He found out Rock had been lying to him his whole life about who his father really was. It was actually a cop, Malcolm Howard. When Kanan discovered the truth in Season 2, the Thomas family was never the same. Part of the reason is that at the end of Season 1, Rock asked Kanan to kill someone, Malcolm Howard, only for Rock to shoot Howard herself right in front of Kanan at the end of Season 3. Over the last 2 years, Rock has become the biggest dealer on the South Side after removing Unique from the board by sending him to jail. But during Season 4, we've seen Unique begin rebuilding his empire. We even saw Rock and Unique go from street rivals to hooking up in Season 3. However, after Unique recovered from his head injury, he got it twisted in his mind that Rock had something to do with trying to kill him. Episode 9 ended with Rock and Lou showing up at Unique's tailor shop and Rock and Unique coming face to face. Let's not forget, at the end of Season 2, Unique saved Rock's life from Italian hitters. Meanwhile, Snaps and Pop, known as Bonnie and Clyde on the South Side, came out of retirement to fund Kanan and Ronnie's venture. But since their return, they've been getting their hands dirty and now have a couple of bodies on them. Trying to cover their tracks might come back to haunt them. So with the major players being the Thomas family, Unique, Snaps and Pop, something major is bound to go down in this episode that could change the lives of all of them. There's a strong possibility that a couple of these characters might be taken off the board in the finale, changing the course of their lives forever. Season 5 of Raising Kanan will likely be the bridge between Raising Kanan and Power Book Origins. Although it's not official, Season 5 is expected to be the final season because Origins was announced over a year ago. Season 5 has already finished filming, and there's been no news about a Season 6 being confirmed or in production. So among the main characters, the Thomas siblings, Unique, Snaps and Pop, we might see some get killed, some go to jail, or maybe even someone going on the run. Rock tells Unique in the trailer for Episode 10 that they both have families. If hers is open to capture, so is his. It then shows Lou in a car, possibly targeting Panessa. Remember, Unique moved Panessa and Jerome uptown, away from the South Side, and warned her not to go back. But Panessa was telling Unique about her mother's dialysis, which likely wasn't mentioned without purpose. She might violate Unique's orders and get caught on the South Side by Lou. Also, remember what Unique told Panessa when he moved her into that apartment. He's been dead before, and he's not dying again for anyone, not her or Jerome. So if Lou snatches Panessa as a bargaining chip, Unique might snap. But it might not be enough to move him. Still, I don't see the Thomas family taking out Panessa or Jerome. Unique's character would continue to be impacted as a result of whatever they do, which could frighten them enough to drive them out of town. But that still might not be enough to say the South Side will never be the same again, like the social media post hinted. I think one of the Thomas siblings will get taken out. Just because all the siblings appeared in the Season 5 announcement video doesn't mean they all survive into Season 5. One of them could show up in visions or dreams, like Angela Valdez did in Power Season 6. To make the biggest impact on the show and on Kanan and Jukebox's character development, something happening to Marvin or Rock would be huge. Even though I hope they both survive and are still alive in the current power timeline, there's a good chance one of them could be taken out in the finale. Lou could also be killed, particularly now that he is back on the streets. His death would impact not just Kanan and Duke, but Rock and Marvin too in Season 5. There's also a possibility they could end up behind bars. Things are hot for Lou and Marvin right now due to their recent killings. So we could see the Thomas siblings either die, get locked up, flee town, or maybe all survive and appear in Season 5. Then there's the handshake at the end of the episode 10 trailer. If this is Kanan meeting Breeze, it would definitely be a game-changing moment for the Southside. I heard about a supposed Raising Kanan Season 4 picture with metadata saying Kanan was meeting Breeze, whose real name is Brantford Freddie, played by Shameik Moore. Even though Shameik Moore will be in Season 5, I give that metadata a very small chance of being legit because anyone can edit metadata. There was also metadata from a different picture saying Unique is revealed as Breeze, which is who I believe Kanan is shaking hands with in the trailer. The trailer also shows Snap telling Kanan they could bring him and Unique together, which would be an ideal setup for all involved. That makes me think they're connecting him with Unique. Besides Unique and Rock, we don't know of anyone else who's been running the Southside over the last decade. A lot of people who've never been in that life might not understand. Coming up in the game doesn't happen overnight. It's not like going to college and applying for a job. In the dope game, you usually start at the bottom, and rising takes time, especially if you don't even have your own pack to flip. In a place as competitive as Southside Jamaica, Queens, you don't just show up, set up shop, and become the boss. We'll see how it all unfolds in just a few hours in the Season 4 finale. Another event that could change the Southside forever is when Kanan meets Jaime Saint, Patrick, and Tommy Egan. With all the buzz around Kanan meeting Breeze, could that be a red herring? Could he actually be meeting Ghost and Tommy instead? I'm not saying that's who he's shaking hands with in the teaser. I don't think it is. Ghost and Tommy are too young to be ensnared in the lives of Snaps and Pop. But maybe whoever Kanan meets in the trailer doesn't get revealed as Breeze yet. Maybe the big reveal is Kanan meeting Ghost and Tommy, and we'll have to wait even longer to officially learn who Breeze is. And there you have it. Let me know in the comments your predictions for tonight's episode. Why do you think the social media accounts said the Southside isn't going to be the same after this? Share your thoughts, theories, and predictions.